We'd like to wish everyone a very good Sunday morning and welcome aboard your Delta Connection service to Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey everybody, so after flying from Knoxville to Atlanta and arriving at the New Orleans airport, I was picked up and traveled to the town of Hammond, where I arrived at the church that we are kind of living at. Then the next morning we took a drive to Walker, where the coffee school is. So that morning I just was looking around at all the machines whenever I found a mug from Fringe, which is where I'll be working in Northern Ireland. So the first course in this school was over sensory foundations, where we learned the importance of sensory evaluation when it comes to coffee, different sensory methods that are used, as well as aroma categories, which this whole box is a box of aromas that help you define and source aromas that are found in your cup of coffee. So cupping is a process that you just saw the form for that helps you to grade coffee beans, like the natural harvested beans. And it's slightly different from a tasting, which you see here. That tasting was to identify different defects that are commonly found in roasted coffee, or that could potentially be found, I should say. Speaking of roasting, that was our second topic of the school. So the next day we came in and learned about the history of roasting and kind of where it all began and how that developed into what we have now. So we were able to learn about different kinds of roasters that we have today. And through the roasting process, that's, how you get your light, medium, dark roast, and you can control that as well as the flavors present in your cup of coffee. So we learned the process that helps you go from the harvest to the roast. And this is something that we did that's called a roast map, where we took out a few beans after every minute to just kind of see how they were progressing. And then here you see an electric roaster, whereas all the other ones that we saw were gas. And I don't know why this video is upside down, but you get the point. So this is one of my first roasts where I had a partner and he was kind of taking notes on the computer, and my hands were on the machine. So that was pretty cool. And here are the beautiful beans that came out. So this is a little Latin blend medium roast. So this evening in particular, I believe we went to a cafe called Luma, who has the most stunning menu. But they also have this little roller dice cage thing that if you roll it and you get 3 of a kind, you get a free drink. And I rolled it and I got 3 of a kind, so I got this sweet little drink. That was fun. And then the next day I went back to school, made this guy. That was fun. And then here are some of those roasts that I was able to make. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed keeping up with what's been happening. Just a last little announcement is that so far for my visa, $811 has been raised towards my $5,260 goal. The deadline for me to pay and send my application off is April 10th, which I believe is a little less than 13 days now. But I just want to say thank you to those of you who have prayed and given and supported me thus far. I know God is faithful and that He will provide any and everything that I need to lead me where He wants me to go. So I just ask that you would prayerfully consider giving towards this. Really ask and see if this is something that God would have you give towards. And I would just be so greatly appreciative of any prayers and any support in any way, that God leads you to do. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving. And ways to give will be linked wherever you're watching this from. So thank you, and I'll see you next week.